All right, let's look at how we can solve algebraic equations. Now, it's really important in solving them that you understand what the equal sign means. It means that the two expressions or two sides of the equation are equal. So if they're equal, that means whatever operation we do to one side of the equation, we must do it to the other side so that they stay equal. If you think about balancing scales, if you add something to one side of the scale and it becomes imbalanced, you have to add the same weight to the other side again to make them balance again, right? So that's exactly what we have here with our expressions or our equations. We have to make sure they stay equal. So let's see what we do. The first thing we need to do is simplify. That means solve, simplify, make one number of the side without the variable. Okay, so our variable here is n. That's what we're going to solve for, but we need to solve the other side and simplify it to one number. Okay, so equals 30. 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, so I have n plus 3. Now, one thing I forgot is I saw this hack with another teacher is that they took the equal sign and they actually lightly with their pencil drew a line down the middle here so that they kept the equal sign in the same place. And I thought that was a really good idea because it helps us keep our work in order. Okay, now that it's simplified, I can try and solve for n, and we solve for n by getting it alone on one side. Well, over here, n is sharing it with 3. So to get rid of the 3 or move the 3 away, we need to do the opposite operation, which would be subtraction. So we're going to minus 3. Now, if I minus 3 from this side, it becomes imbalanced, right? So to keep it balanced and equal, I have to minus 3 from the other side. So let's minus 3. Okay, I like to draw a line across. And then we have n. Okay, 3 minus 3, that's 0, right? And that was why we did it. Keep my equal sign. 30 minus 3 is 27. So our final answer is n equals 27. Okay, let's look at our next one over here. N divided by 5 equals 7 plus 2. So we always start by simplifying the side without the variable. So 7 plus 2 is 9. And I'm going to go ahead and take my pen again and just draw a little line here for my equal sign. So I have n divided by 5 equals 9. Now I want to get n by itself. It is being divided by 9. So how do I get rid of that 5? Well, I need to find a way of making that divide by 5, like get rid of it or make it equal to 1. And I can do that by doing the opposite to division, which is multiplication. So if I multiply this side by 5, or 5 over 1, if you prefer, okay, we could see by cross-canceling here, 5 divided by 5 is 1. Okay, it's not 0. That's really important. It's actually 1. Okay, now I have 1 times n, which is n. Okay, but I just multiplied this side by 5, so now my scales are imbalanced, right? My equal sign is not equal. So I have to multiply this side also by 5. So I'm doing the same thing to both sides. 9 times 5 is 45. So my answer is n equals 45. Okay, let's look here. My next problem. Which way to turn my page? There we go. We have 5n equals 4 plus 1. All right, let's simplify this side. All right, my variables over here. 4 plus 1 is 5. And again, let's take my pen. I'm just going to do it to all of them all at once here. Keep my equal sign all lined up. So I have 5n because I've not done anything yet. And I really encourage you, write out your steps. Don't try to keep like mental math. I don't even try to keep all this stuff in my head, okay? You'll make less mistakes if you're taking the time to write it out, and it will go faster in the end than you think it will, okay? Now I have 5n. That means 5 times. So anytime you see a number and a letter side by side, it means multiplication every single time. It will never mean addition, subtraction, division. Side by side means multiply. Okay, well, what's the opposite of multiplying? How can I undo that 5 or get rid of that 5? Well, divide by 5, because 5 divided by 5 is 1. Okay, now I divided this side by 5. My scales are imbalanced again, right? I have to divide the other side by 5 to keep it equal. Okay, so now I have n is left. N equals 5 divided by 5 is 1. So n equals 1. Let's go over here. 9n equals 42 plus 3. Well, let's simplify the side without n. Here's my n, right? My other side, 42 plus 3, that equals 45. I'm going to bring down my 9n because I haven't done anything over here yet. Now I need to undo, get rid of, move the 9, however you want to word that, okay? And the way I do it is doing the opposite. So 9 times n, the opposite of times is divide. 9 divided by 9 is 1. Okay, now it's unbalanced again, right? I just divided this side by 9, so it's no longer equal. To make it equal, I have to do the same to the other side. Okay, so I have n equals 45 divided by 9, which is 5. Okay, our last two problems, 9 plus 7, we have equals 35 divided by 5. Well, remember, we've got to simplify this side over here. Here's our variable. 35 divided by 5 is 7. Okay, let's bring down this 9 plus 7 because we have n plus 7. Now, how do I undo addition? Because I need to get n by itself. Well, I can subtract, and that will get rid of the 7. Minus 7. Now, what I've done is I've made my scales imbalanced, right? So whatever I do to this side, I need to do to this side, so it remains equal. Draw my line. N, 7 minus 7 is 0, equals 7 minus 7 is 0. Okay, now you'll notice here I wrote the 0 here but not here, and that's because n, if I wrote n plus 0, that's just n, equals, and I need to have a number over here, right? I can't just leave it blank or I don't have the end of my equation. So in the end, n equals 0 is our answer. Okay, last one. N divided by 11 equals 18 divided by 6. So we're going to start with this side to simplify, right? We've identified our variables n. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Let's bring it down, n over 11. Now we can solve for n. In order to get rid of or undo this 11, we need to do the opposite. So this is division. The opposite of division is multiplication. So I can write 11 or 11 over 1. However you want, it's the same thing. 11 divided by 11 is 1. Okay, now it's imbalanced, right? So I need to do the same thing to the other side. 3 divided by 11. So now I have n equals 3 over 11. And it is okay if it's equal to a fraction. That happens in math sometimes. It's not always a whole number. It could be a decimal or a fraction. I hope that was helpful.